many players really struggle to do something like this on the saxophone. Because playing the saxophone's full range can be so challenging, many of them often give up and just resign themselves to not being high note players, or they'll rationalize that, well, Charlie Parker or my favorite player did not use these notes, so I guess I don't really have to either. Or, as was my case, many players will think that maybe there's something physically wrong with their anatomy that's preventing them from being able to play comfortably from low B flat into the Altissimo register. If you've been struggling with this aspect of the saxophone for years, in this video I'm going to show you exactly how you can finally make progress in this area. And also why you should want to, even if you never intend to use these notes in the music you play. So starting off, what even is the Altissimo register? Also called the top tones by those in the Sigurd Rascher school of thought. These are the notes that are so-called beyond the palm keys. At a certain point in any saxophonist's career, they realize that there are notes that are not on a fingering chart, which usually just goes up to high F or F sharp on more modern instruments. And the Altissimo register or top tones are just the notes beyond this. But as we'll see in this video, the distinction between the Altissimo register and the so-called normal range is really arbitrary. The notes of the Altissimo register are just second and higher overtones of lower fingerings, which, believe it or not, you're probably playing already. The alternate front fingerings of palm E and F are really just second overtones of G and A, respectively. But as you've probably experienced, if you look at a fingering charts for the notes above top F or F sharp, you try them and nothing comes out. No matter what you do, nothing seems to work, so you go looking for advice on this, and the first thing you often hear is, you need to practice the overtone series. But most players get stuck at the second or third overtone, and it really doesn't seem to help you make any progress. Now, it's definitely true that no matter if you've been playing the saxophone for 20 weeks or 20 years, you should absolutely be playing a few overtones every day. Because as Sigurd Rascher wrote in Top Tones for the Saxophone, there really is no better exercise for developing your overall saxophone sound, even if you never aim to play a note beyond palm key F. But before we get even deeper into the subject of overtones, there's something much more fundamental that needs to be addressed first. Our first objective in the endeavor to play the saxophone's high tones should really be a controlled sound over the instrument's first 2.5 octaves. So we want to be able to play low B flat just as easily as top F or F sharp. And of course, all the notes in between as well. Because reaching the Altissimo register is really just a byproduct of playing the saxophone correctly. So the better we get at the basic range, the easier it's going to be to naturally go beyond it. But let's say you can play the basic range and you've just been stuck at 2.5 octaves for several years. In that case, what should you do? Well, what I found is that whether or not we're able to break beyond this arbitrary limit in our range has everything to do with the way in which we approach the overtone series. The overtones are usually practiced as high as possible on the lowest fingerings, so B flat, B, C, C sharp, because those overtone series are going to be the most in tune. But that overtone series actually exists on every fingering of the saxophone. And in many cases, An altissimo fingering is just an overtone of a common fingering within the basic range. For example, you can get a relatively easy and in tune altissimo B to D or D sharp using fingerings that are based on the palm keys. Okay, but now for the exercise that is finally going to give you results in this area. Instead of trying to play all of the overtones on one fingering, just play the first overtone on every fingering as high as possible. They're probably going to go very sharp, and that's okay. You just want to experience the sensation of playing those higher notes without the octave key. In other words, playing that first harmonic partial without the assistance of the octave key. The first time you do this, you'll probably experience a lot of difficulty around a B or a C. And what you want to do is just spend a few weeks trying to push your limit as high as you can to see if you can reach the palm keys. But after a few weeks, if you can still only reach a C or a C sharp, that's okay. Then move on to the second overtones. Again, do this for a few weeks and then move on to the third overtones, fourth and fifth, and so on. At which point, at the fifth overtones, you're really just playing palm key F and F sharp using low B flat and low B. And what you're likely to find is once you get to the second overtones of these shorter fingerings, so G and above, many altissimo notes will just start to naturally pop out on their own. And it won't feel so difficult the way it did before. And the reason this approach works so well is because those altissimo fingerings are simply second overtones. And if you can play the second overtones of every fingering from low B flat to the palm keys, you've effectively learned how to play in the altissimo register. In other words, by learning how to play all the overtones of every fingering, you're modeling what it feels like to play in the saxophone's so-called extended range. So I learned this type of overtone practice from Donald Sinta's book, Voicing. And in my own method book, I've written a series of systematic exercises that can take you from having absolutely no control of the overtone series to being able to play the saxophone's third and fourth octaves just as easily as the first two. But if you're ready to finally unlock the saxophone's altissimo register in a matter of weeks to months, I've put together the systematic approach Inner Circle, where we work through my method book together along with a number of other exercises that help take us to an overall higher level of musicianship, and ultimately help you to play the music you've always dreamed of on saxophone without technical limitations of the instrument getting in the way. The first step is to click the link in the description to book a call with me so we can take a look at your saxophone playing and see if this group is the best next step for you. And even if we decide not to work together, you'll still walk away from this meeting with actionable items that can improve your playing. So you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And I look forward to speaking with some of you over the coming days. But one more thing. Let's say you're one of those players that is not really that interested in playing the saxophone's high register. Maybe your favorite players don't use those notes, and the music that you like really doesn't call for it. In that case, why bother with the altissimo at all? To this I would say, the true full range of the saxophone is not 2.5 octaves, but 3 to 3.5, if not more. And if you're not going to use these notes, you want it to be because you choose not to, and not because you can't play them. In addition, there's a hidden benefit to learning how to play beyond the palm keys, even if you never perform those notes. As I often say, the only way to produce those tones is if you're playing the saxophone correctly. So if you're able to play altissimo A, B flat, C, D, and higher, everything underneath that is going to be easier to play and ultimately have a better overall sound. And I think you could make a scientific argument for this as well, in that if you're able to produce all of the overtones on every fingering, and the overtones are what give each instrument its characteristic sound, then so when you go to play those notes, your sound is going to be naturally more full of overtones, which is going to give you a bigger and better sound. If you enjoyed this video, please take a second to like and subscribe, because it really does help the algorithm and help me to grow this channel and get this information out to more people. And then before practicing your overtones, go watch this video here.